Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yesterday we had commenced the hadith where we mentioned that there was a king that was in the previous times and he had a magician. And this magician, he became old and he was now close to passing away. So he told the king that send some youngster to me so I can teach this magic to this particular youngster. So the king had appointed one youngster, but as the youngster would go every day to the magician, then on the way he would pass by a monk and he would stop by the monk and he was affected by the words of the monk. So whenever he was late now by the magician, he would get hiding over there. So finally the magician told him that whenever you're late, the monk told him, whenever you're late by the magician, then just say, my family held me back. And when you're returning home and you're going back to your family and you're late over there because you had come to me, then just say that the magician held me back. And we mentioned that this was a lie, but here it was permissible. Because by the magician there was only harm. There was no good that he was going to learn over there. And whereas by the monk he would learn about Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, he would learn about the Anbiya alayhimu salatu wa salam. So therefore it was permissible. And we mentioned that there are various instances where in Shariat even a person is permitted to speak a lie. فَبَيْنَمَا هُوَ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. While this was his condition, that he would go to the magician to go and learn magic, etc., and he would return, is ata ala dabbatin azima. Suddenly he came upon a huge animal. One day as he was going, there was a huge animal that was on the road. قَدْ حَبَسَتِ النَّاسِ. This animal held back all the people. So in other words, the animal was so big, if somebody wanted to get from this side of the road to the other side of the road, it was not possible. He couldn't get onto the other side of the road. فَقَالَ. So he said, Al-yawma a'lam, as-sahiru afdal, amir rahibu afdal. So this youngster, how Allah Ta'ala blessed him also. When Allah Ta'ala opens up, then how Allah Ta'ala opens up his signs, how Allah Ta'ala opens up the heart of a person. He said, today I'll come to know whether the magician is more superior or it is the monk that is more superior. فَأَخَذَ حَجَرًا. So the young boy, he took a stone. فَقَالَ اللَّهُمَّ إِنْ كَانَ أَمْرُ الرَّاحِبْ أَحَبَّ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ أَمْرِ السَّاهِرِ فَاقْتُلْ هَذِهِ الدَّابَّةِ. And then he made dua to Allah Ta'ala. After taking the stone, he made dua, oh Allah, if the matter of the monk is more beloved to you than the matter of the magician, then kill this animal. So in other words, if the monk, he is on haqq, he is on the straight path, let the animal die. Hatta yamdi an-nas, until the people will pass. Faramaha faqatalaha. He threw the stone. When he threw the stone, the animal that was in the way, the animal died, which indicated that the monk was on haqq, he was on the right path. Wamad an-nas, and the people started passing. Fa'atar rahiba fa'akhbarahu. So he came to the monk and he informed the monk that this is what happened, this is the scenario, that the animal was there. I made dua to Allah Ta'ala to show me who is on haqq. When I threw the stone, the animal died, which indicated that you are on haqq. Faqala lahu ar-rahib. So the monk told him, Ay bunayya, anta al-yawma afdalu minni. He said, oh my son, that today you are more better than me also. Such a stage you have already reached that you're better than me. That is why sometimes a person, when you are sincere and you go and stay in the company of mashayikh, sometimes the mashayikh is of a very high level. But when you are sincere, you can go higher than the mashayikh also. If Shaykh al-Hadith, Mohammed Zakaria Saheb rahmatullah alayhi, Hazrat never used to speak, he never used to give bayan. Very seldom Hazrat Shaykh rahmatullah used to give bayan. But Allah Ta'ala accepted him for great work of deen. He was a great Shaykh, Qutub al-Aqtab. And in the work of hadith, Allah Ta'ala had really blessed him. But every year the Shaykh rahmatullah used to sit for i'tikaf. And in the i'tikaf also, it was silent majlis. No speaking in the majlis of the Shaykh rahmatullah. When Hazrat went to England, it is mentioned when he used to just sit in the majlis, thousands of people used to come and sit. And when they used to sit, somebody is crying, somebody is making tawbah, somebody is changing his life, just sitting in the majlis of mashayikh. So our Shaykh also, he mentioned regarding Hazrat Hakim Saheb rahmatullah. In the end of the life of Hazrat Hakim Saheb rahmatullah, Hazrat was paralyzed, he couldn't speak, he couldn't give bayan. But in his younger days, he used to say that those that cannot benefit from my silent majlis, where are they going to benefit from the majlis that I speak in? So in other words, even in my silent majlis, you're supposed to take benefit. Just sitting in the sohbat of pious people, you're supposed to benefit from there as well. But every year, as a Shaykh Rahmatullah used to mention one particular incident. And this incident, every year he would say it. He said that there was one person that was a daku. He was a thief. So he had his whole group of thieves. So they said, let us go to one masjid and we will sit down in that masjid. So they went to the masjid. Who was the leader of the dakus? He sat down and he started making zikr, etc. Like he's making zikr with the tasbih. And all his murideen, now all the small dakus, they're all around him and they also making zikr. So one person, he was sincere. He wanted to reach Allah wa ta'ala. So he came to the masjid. He said, oh, there's a big sheikh here and so many murids all sitting over here. So he came by him and he told him that I want to become your murid. What wazifa must I mean? So he made him his murid however he knew. And then he said, what wazifa must I read? So now he doesn't know any wazifa. He's a thief himself. So he said, see, you go to a certain place and take an axe and start now digging. Now start digging into the ground. Not axe, pick. Take a pick and now start digging into the ground. And as you dig, you'll see what a great wali of Allah Ta'ala you'll become. So this person, he was sincere. He was a simple-minded person. So he took the pick and he went there. And he started digging now. As he started digging, Allah Ta'ala, he was sincere. Allah Ta'ala started elevating him. Allah Ta'ala started elevating him. He became a great buzruk. So one day he made dua to Allah Ta'ala. He says, Ya Allah, show me what is the status of my sheikh. He still thought that man is genuine. But obviously he had no status. So he went to him. He said that your status is so high. I made dua to Allah Ta'ala. Allah, show me what is the status of my sheikh. But I cannot see your status also. Your status is so high. He knew that he was a fake. He was nothing. But look at when this man was genuine, where Allah wa ta'ala took him. But this became the means of that person making tawbah, that daku. He changed his life. He became the wali of Allah Ta'ala as well. So any person that is genuine, where Allah Ta'ala will take him. Look at this young boy. He was genuine. He just stopped on the way. Allah made it the means. He stopped on the way. And he benefited from that person. So he came to a stage where the monk said, you have gone far ahead of me. Where am I? So he said, Ay bunayya anta al-yawma afdalu minni, qad balagha min amrika ma ara. I see the position that you have already reached. Wa innaka satubtala. But very soon you are going to be tested. Fa in ibtulita fala tadulla alayya. And when you are tested, don't tell the people about me. Don't indicate towards me that you have learned all this from me. Wa kana al-ghulam yubri'u al-akmaha wal-abras. This young boy started curing those people that were born blind. He would cure them. Wal abras, people that were lepers, he would be able to cure them. وَيُدَاوِ النَّاسَ مِنْ سَائِرِ الْأَدْوَاءِ. And he will cure people from all type of illnesses. Whatever illnesses people had, this young boy was able to cure them. فَسَمِعَ جَلِيسٌ لِلْمَلِكِ كَانَ قَدْ عَمِيَ. One of the courtiers of the king had heard about this, who was already blind. The courtier was blind, and he heard that this young boy is able to cure people. فَأَتَاهُ بِهَدَايَا كَثِيرَةٍ. He came to him, brought a lot of hadiyah, and he came to this young boy. فَقَالْ مَا هَا هُنَا لَكَ أَجْمَعُ in anta shafaitani. He said, whatever I have gathered over here, he said, it is all for you. If you give me shifa, if you cure me from this illness, from this blindness of mine, all this hadiyah is for you. فَقَالَ إِنِّي لَا أَشْفِي أَحَدًا. He said, I can't cure anybody. Where can I cure anyone? إِنَّمَا يَشْفِي اللَّهُ تَعَالَى. Allah Ta'ala is the one that cures people. فَإِنْ آمَنْتَ بِاللَّهِ تَعَالَى دَعَوْتُ اللَّهَ فَشَفَاكَ. He said, if you bring iman upon Allah wa ta'ala, I'll make dua to Allah Ta'ala. Allah wa ta'ala will cure you. From here, Hazrat Hakim Sahib Rahmatullahi Alayhi used to say, many people used to say, Hazrat, make tawajjuh on me, make tawajjuh. He said, I don't know all this. What is tawajjuh? I don't know what is tawajjuh. What he used to do, he used to turn the attention to Allah. He says, I know what is dua. You have a need, you make dua to Allah Ta'ala. I will make dua to Allah wa ta'ala. And through this, all our needs will be fulfilled. Here also, when he came to the young boy, he told the young boy, you cure me. He said, no, I can't cure you. Cure is not in my hands. Cure is in the hands of Allah. You bring iman, I will make dua to Allah wa ta'ala. So dua is a very, very great weapon Allah Ta'ala has given all of us. And all of us have the ability of making dua. Whatever our need is, just turn to Allah. Allah will fulfill that need of ours. فَآمَنَ بِاللَّهِ تَعَالَى فَشَفَاهُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى. He brought iman upon Allah wa ta'ala, and Allah wa ta'ala then cured him. We'll continue from this point, inshallah. The next is in regards to our basic aqidah, our basic beliefs. And inshallah we'll go through this kitab little at a time. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The beliefs in regards to Allah wa ta'ala. Belief number one. Allah Ta'ala was always in existence and will always remain in existence. Allah Ta'ala was always there and Allah Ta'ala will always be there. Allah wa ta'ala is the ever living. The whole universe was not existent. Allah Ta'ala was always there, the world was not there. But Allah Ta'ala brought the world into existence. When Allah Ta'ala created the world, it came into existence. In many verses of the Quran, Allah Ta'ala declares that He created the world. The world did not come into existence by itself or by any big bang. What He is doing here, He is refuting a theory of the West. The theory of the West is the Big Bang theory. This is a theory, this is a belief of kufr. We cannot believe in this. If a person believes in the Big Bang theory, immediately a person, he loses his iman. Now what is the Big Bang theory? The Big Bang theory is that all of a sudden, because these people, they refute Allah Ta'ala. Many of them, they refute the existence of Allah Ta'ala. So they say that there was a big bang in the world. When this big bang took place, the whole world came into existence. So Hazrat explains this very beautifully. He said, see, you take a glass in your hand, and the glass falls from your hand, it falls onto the floor, onto the tile. What happens to the glass? Everybody will say that the glass is going to break. But the glass just fell from your hand to the tile. Not even perhaps 1.5 meter, even less than that, and it has fallen and it has now broken. So when a small bang took place and everything broke, how can there be a big bang and everything be made? It is impossible what they are saying. So this is a theory that is of total kufr. If a person that believes in this, he loses his iman. And today in school, these are the theories that are being taught to our children. Our children are believing this, that one bang took place and everything came into existence. Our children are losing their iman. 2 children were once fighting in the madrasa. So the one child, he told the other child, he said, you're a baboon. I know children fight, so they say these things. So he said, you're a baboon. So the other one said, so what if I'm a baboon? You're also a baboon, because we all came from baboons. In other words, we came from monkeys. So what they believe in, Darwin's theory of evolution, that there was a monkey and that monkey then became a human being. And from there we have all come. Kufr. A person has lost his iman. Whereas we all believe that we came from Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah Ta'ala created Adam and Hawa, and we are the progeny of Adam and Hazrat Hawa alayhi salatu wasalam. Now if a person has this belief, his iman is gone. After holding this belief, a person now goes to Makkah Sharif. He performs Hajj upon Hajj, Umrah upon Umrah. He's making dua to Allah Ta'ala. He's reading Salah. Everything is nil, because the person doesn't have iman. If you don't have iman, whatever ibadat you make after that, that holds no value in the court of Allah Ta'ala. So how important it is that our beliefs, our fundamental beliefs, our aqaid, this has to be in order. We need to sit with our children. Many a times I ask the children, when we are teaching his class in Johannesburg, I ask the children, I say, do you all know about the Big Bang theory? Do you all know about Darwin's theory of evolution? They say, yes, we know about it. So I asked them, are you taught this in school? So some of them were going to Muslim school. They say, no, in the Muslim school, they don't teach it. They omit this. But in the government schools, this is being taught to our children, because the teachers over there are kuffar. So we should ask our children and correct the aqidah. The perfect administration and regulation of the universe speaks for itself by testifying that our creator and supervisor is an extremely knowledgeable, wise, powerful and mighty being. The whole world that is working in such perfection, it is continuing. The rising of the sun, the setting of the sun, the movements of the moon, everything is working so perfectly. This indicates there is a supreme being that is controlling the entire world. I will just finish off on this. One example we take. A person looks at a book which is beautifully penned. The book is extremely beautiful and the language therein very eloquent. That is a beautiful book, and the way that author has written it, it's perfect. What an excellent book. Logically, he will realize that this is not the result of ink and its coincidental and accidental movements. A person will realize that this book can't come into existence on its own. How can the book come into existence on its own? But the work of an experienced and expert author and calligrapher. But behind it, there's a person who is a master. And the way he has written this fine and perfect book. So if you can understand that in a book, that the book can't come into existence on its own, how can the whole world come into existence on its own? It is Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's doing. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. Continue. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. فاذكروني أذكركم أنا جليس من ذكرني दिल मेरा हो जाए एक मैदानी हो तो ही तो हो तो ही तो हो तो ही तो और मेरे तन में बजाए आवागिल दर्द दिल हो दर्द दिल हो दर्द दिल घर से बिल्कुल ही उठ जाए नजर तो ही तो आए नजर देखो जिधर ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। इलाही दिल में मेरे गैर का असर न रहे सिवाय तेरे किसी पर पर मेरी नजर न रहे, तू कर बेखबर सारी खबरों से मुझको, इलाही रहो खबरदार तेरा। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। इलाही आता हो ज़र्रा दर्द दिल के, मरता है बेदर्द बीमार तेरा। कोई तुझसे कुछ, कोई कुछ चाहता है, मैं तुझसे हूँ या रब तलबगार तेरा। नहीं दोनों आलम से कुछ मुझको मतलब, तू मतलूब मैं हूँ तालिब तेरा। उठा गम रख उम्मीद इमदाद हक से, तुझे गम में क्या। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। कोई मुझसे पूछे मैं क्या मांगता हूँ, मैं अपने खुदा से खुदा मांगता हूँ। वो हो जाए मेरा, मैं हो जाऊँ उसका, यही रात दिन में दुआ मांगता हूँ। अता कर दे वो मुझको अपनी मोहब्बत, मैं उसके सिवा कुछ और नहीं मांगता हूँ। नाराज़गी जिसकी दोज़ख से बरतर, उसी ज़ात की मसरदा मांगता हूँ। असल मुझे दुनिया की ख्वाहिश नहीं, मैं बख्शिश बरोज़े जज़ा मांगता हूँ। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। यार रहे या रब तू मेरा और मैं भी तेरा यार हो, मुझको फ़क़त तुझसे हो मोहब्बत, खल्क़ से मैं बेजार हो। हर दम ज़िक्र फ़िक्र में तेरे मस्त रहूँ सरशार हो। होश रहे न मुझको किसी का तेरा मगर होशियार हो। अब तो रहे बस तादम आखिर विर्द ज़ुबान ए मेरे इला। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। नाराए मस्ताना खुश में आए दम, ताबत जाना चुनी निभाए दम। अल्लाह जल्ल जलालु तआला शनु, अल्लाह 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 कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है। अल्लाह 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 ईचे शिरीन नाम, शीरो शक्कर मी शवद जानम तमाम। अल्लाह 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 अल्लाह। अपने मिलने का पता कोई निशा, तू बता दे मुझको ए रब्बे जहां। अल्लाह 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 الإكرام. الله 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 اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله ولك الملك كله وإليك يرجع الأمر كله. اللهم لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد كلما ذكره الذاكرون وكلما غفل عن ذكره الغافلون. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. جزا الله عنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم بما هو أهله. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.